I only know you to be talented. Oh no!
I can't believe I did it!
You really did it!
Right!
One little compliment and it's all over. Got him. Said you were talented.
Oh my God.
Entire bracelet exploded. Solidarity.
No!
Oh, baby.
Hey, welcome to String and Tell, the show where my artsy friends and I make as many friendship bracelets as we can while we catch up together at the end of the week. Then, at the end of the show, you can actually own one of these bracelets created by my guest here today by visiting the link in the description below. And as always, 100% of the sales are donated to a nonprofit organization of my guest choice. I'm your host, Tawny Platis, and I'm joined here today by actor Robbie Daymond, who is a regular on the series Critical Role and has also lent his voice to animated series like Tales of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Devil May Cry, Jujutsu Kaisen, Sailor Moon Cosmos, and Marvel Spider-Man, as well as video games like Ghost of Yotei and Date Everything. And today we're donating 100% of all bracelet sales to the Indigenous Environmental Network. Have you ever made friendship bracelets before?
I have no friends. Yeah, never happens.
Never once.
No one's ever asked me. I feel traumatized by this. So we're gonna do something very delicate with our fingers. I thought I would wear like 49 pieces of silver and turquoise.
I recommend starting with a focal point, get a charm.
Okay.
And then go ahead and put it through to the middle of the string right here.
Got it. Okay, I'm going hot dog.
Hot dog's a good one.
Team hot dog. I've lived in LA long enough. I've got to do the 4 top condiments for street food hot dog, which is ketchup, mustard, relish, and mayo. I don't see anything. Bell pepper colored. I guess actually it's the same.
Bell pepper colored.
No, I've got it. It's green, yellow, and red.
Yeah.
I can't double up though. I'm gonna do it. Okay, I've got my base.
You got the base.
All right. I'll shut up and let you ask questions.
No, the whole point is to chat with you though.
It's just a chit chat.
It's just a chit chat. That's it. Yeah.
Man, you're the most. No one's ever given me a hot dog friendship bracelet.
Really?
At a podcast or interview before.
Oh my gosh! I'm glad I'm able to be the first.
Honestly, I'm
exciting.
Man, I'm not a crafty person.
You're not a crafty person. You're an artistic person, but not crafty.
Some say.
Those are two different things.
Yeah.
Right?
I guess they are different. I actually am a bit of a craftsman. I like to build things with my hands. My dad had a custom home building company when we were growing up, my dad and my mom. So I grew up doing construction and helping him build houses in the summer. I love that kind of stuff.
That's crazy. That's what we grew up doing too. My parents did landscaping and construction and stuff.
Were we competitive companies?
I don't know. How old are you?
You look familiar to me. How old am I?
Were we both
out of the jump?
Were we both on the job site together?
I think I got you by a few years, for sure.
Did you grow up in San Diego?
I did not grow up in San Diego.
Then
I grew up in the Midwest, in a permanent trailer in the middle of the woods. I'm a straight up country boy, but I have not lived there in a long time.
Where in the Midwest are you from?
Central Missouri. So
a
little town called Warrenton.
Okay.
That is outside of St. Louis, 50, 60 miles, something like that.
And what made you move out? How'd you get to LA then?
How did I get to LA?
You always want to be an actor?
Airplane.
Well...
No, I went to college. I don't know why they let me in. I went to college and grad school, and I ended up going to grad school in Las Vegas.
Okay.
So the jump was, do I continue to do theater as I had done for the last 15 years professionally of my life? Mm-hmm. I started when I was 10, graduated grad school at 25, and I had to try something different. I had to go for it. Yeah, it was a big jump when you're young because you don't really know what you're doing.
Yeah, definitely.
And I had a lot of friends go to New York, but I just felt like I wanted to give something else a try.
Yeah. Did you go right from there? Because a lot of us that did have a theater background, it's such a natural transition into voice acting. Sure. Is that what you were going straight into?
Yeah.
Voice acting?
So when I left, I assembled a group of my fellow grads, and we all did demos, and we had this was all my stupid idea, and we all had silly little demos and a website, and we were like, we're going to be your one-stop shop for classically trained actors for voiceover, and we just used it as a way to promote stuff. This is the mid-aughts, so people were doing all sorts of weird things like that.
That was ahead of the game. If it was the mid-aughts, then for that kind of voice acting stuff.
I've always been a little ahead of the game.
That's really cool.
And a few of us booked, but me the most. And then after that, because I wanted it the most.
Yeah.
And after that, we pivoted into just doing it for myself. Yeah, it's just like anything else. Just started booking a little bit, then you book a little bit more. You get a shitty agent, then you get a better one. Not to say that you were shitty, my first agent. Thank you for believing in me. And then, you sort of like climb your way up the ladder, and then you end up doing the cool stuff, which is what I've been so fortunate to do up until this point.
Yeah. You're doing a lot of different stuff though too, because you're in video games.
Yeah.
Like you have this super cool, like everything is so much fun.
Yes.
Like, you guys are making such cool stuff.
You got to be in the next one. What do you want to be?
I would love to.
Come on. What's the sexiest inanimate object in your house?
The sexiest inanimate object in my house?
Yeah.
The bed.
The bed?
Ugh,
Sorry, already cast. I need you to think outside the box.
Outside the box?
Yeah.
Next one is the room. I really like the Roomba a lot.
The Roomba.
The Roomba's amazing.
Now, listen, we've got a vacuum cleaner character.
Okay.
He's very sexy. Played by Zeno Robinson, amazingly talented.
Oh, yeah.
And, but we don't have a Roomba.
So
I sense maybe a little competitive love triangle going on there.
I love that. I'm
Roomba,
here for that.
low maintenance, but unfortunately also low lift. Doesn't do a great job, but is an easy relationship to maintain. We signed an NDA for this, right? I can use all these ideas?
Absolutely.
Okay, good.
When one of us wins, we all win. I stand by that.
Oh, yeah. Well, hey, it's funny that you say that, because that sort of rising tides mentality is exactly why we wanted to do something with all of our friends, why we chose to cast 100 voice actors, which is, spoiler alert, an incredibly difficult thing to do successfully.
Yeah.
So, but thankfully everybody was game to play. And in doing so, we were able to offer them a real backend. So our game has a royalty structure built in, and we were able to do something really cool that feels a lot more expensive than it really was, even though it was very expensive.
Okay. There's only so much you can get away with.
Yeah. You still got it. It was full union. Yeah. So we negotiated
really cool.
a whole other contract to where we could get to pay them back end independently. Runaway bee. Yeah, but I like to stay busy.
Yeah. Well, and you do so many different things too. Like pivoting right now, you almost kind of have to. Right?
Yeah,
like you got to be wearing all the different hats all the time.
Boy, is complacency not the enemy of progress. That's not a real motto, but I just said it.
Now.
No, with everything that I've done, I've always sort of felt like that the saddest thing to have happen is to find success and then get left behind because everything around you changes.
Yeah.
And you're not aware of it. It's sort of the frog in the pot, right? And it takes a while for things to get to boiling. So if you were not looking forward 15 years ago, you would have never seen streaming coming, right? Yeah. But for me, it was the day that Netflix stopped mailing DVDs, where I was like, maybe I shouldn't put all my eggs in the basket of getting residuals.
Yep.
And I looked to other means of income and performative expression and all of those things. And that's why I ended up doing what I'm doing now, which is why I have a game company, because we started it 7 years ago. Right. And that's how long it takes things to get going and make deals and assemble people and make art. So it can be a slow process.
It's a very slow process.
It feels like these days, these outliers come out of nowhere, right? They bust onto the scene. It's the next biggest streamer or whatever. But most of the time, there's groundwork built in that allows them to have that success and a little bit of foresight to where they're not trying to catch the zeitgeist that's already passed, but they want to ride the wave that they see in the next set, you know? So I don't know, what are we talking about here? But I don't know, I just think it's smart to look around you and see how things are changing.
Yeah, I totally agree. That was something that I did myself when I was getting into voice acting full-time back in 2016. I was seeing kind of the writing on the wall with like AI voices and everything. And I was like, oh, okay, I have to make myself a recognizable brand and a celebrity with an audience and bring that into like what I can provide the client, you know? So that's where I started making content, was in 2016, and it carried over, fortunately.
I only know you to be talented. I did not do my research. Oh no!
I can't believe I did it!
You really did it
right!
Oh, one little compliment and it's all over. Got him. Said you were talented.
Oh my God.
Entire bracelet exploded. Oh man. Are you kidding me? Here we go. Solidarity.
No.
Oh, baby. We're back to the single hot dog.
That was so impulsive.
I know.
That's chaos.
Now listen, I said I do a lot of planning, but I also am very impulsive. So it's
oh my
both.
Gosh.
You know what? You've
like, I'm fine, but you doing that made my heart just like, oh.
No, you just guaranteed you're a double length podcast. Boom, baby. Smart tactics. She does this to everyone, doesn't she? I changed my mind. I've pivoted from hot dog to Pizza Hut.
Gotta pivot.
If we're gonna start
That's on
over,
brand.
you gotta see the writing on the wall. They were not out for.
I can't believe I did.
That's very funny.
That's really funny.
Low-key super cute too. Very funny. All right. I can get away with pretty similar colors.
Oh, yeah, we're going with the Italian pizza theme here. I like it.
Classic.
Perfect.
So, back to what you're saying before you so diabolically unbranded your own podcast. So you started making content because you wanted to make yourself sort of ubiquitous with the idea of. But you know what I like about your content? I like that you approach it from a place of perceived mastery and study. So whenever I watch your stuff, I'm always like, oh, this is clearly someone who knows what they're talking about. And there are so many people out there who've, not in the profession necessarily, but maybe starting that can take voiceover in particular as an art form and make it seem easier than it is, right? You have these people ask you like, well, I want to do voiceover. I sound like that, or I think I know what that sounds like. And there's so much more that goes into it from whatever. And you've treated it almost like a pedagogy, like study. And that's why I first learned about you. I thought it was very interesting.
Thank you so much. That means a lot coming from somebody who actually has a formal education too.
I used to be smart.
Theater and all of that.
Yeah, no, listen.
Anyone
who speaks eloquently and in an informed way about a topic, I always gravitate toward their stuff.
I really appreciate that. Thank you.
All right, so I got sauce, cheese. I just need a little Susan de basil on top.
Is that the green?
That's what I got just a little bit, not too much.
Yellow. Are we just doing mozzarella? Or are we doing any kind of?
I don't see a crust. Do you see a crust? I don't see a crust.
I can see a crust at the ends, maybe.
Ooh, as like where it ties
just like
up.
Tying up with the.
Yeah. Actually, I had pizza for lunch today, so this is perfect.
Nice. That's all tying in together beautifully then.
Are you sticking with your dinosaur though?
I am going to stick with my dinosaur. I had a vision here and I liked it.
How did you get the jump on me? I've been talking too much.
No, not at all. That's the point. So stick be comfy and be making bracelets.
We're doing it.
But how are you not getting burned out though doing everything that you're doing? Because I feel like you do everything. Like you're one of those people I look at and I'm like, are you just one of those people that has all the energy? Are you just not? Are you one of those people that's like, no, we all behind the scenes aren't really keeping up?
This is the suckiest part of this question that I ever get because I do get this question. It's like, oh, it seems like you've got your sort of you have a lot of irons in the fire, and the problem is I do have like just sort of a innate energy reserve.
Okay.
And people are like, teach me. And I'm like, I can't. It's just who I am.
Yeah.
So you can call it whatever you want, but I do feel that drive. I've always secretly felt that there was a clock ticking behind me. And
the clock is ticking in front of you.
Oh, there it is. Jesus. and not in an ominous way, but in a very sort of memento mori way where we're only granted so much time, and I'm trying to I want to have a life well lived. And for me, that's being productive and creating art and being with my family. And I enjoy the role as being a provider and a dad and a husband just as much as I do making art and being a goofball and making people laugh. So
Well, I feel like kids are so much of a part of like keeping that too. That like wanting to be a goofball and have fun and everything.
Yeah.
Like the fact that you have kids, I'm sure that only helps.
And I started late. Well,
Really?
a lot of my not late, but like in my 30s. Like I had my daughter when I was I didn't have her, my wife did. But we had our daughter when I was 36. And my son when I was 39. So yeah, I mean, that's a little bit later.
Sure.
And when you've got little kids who are rambunctious and intense, you can't be grandpa dad.
Right.
Yeah, regardless of how old you are. So if anything, it does make me feel young and spry to be around my kids.
Yeah, definitely.
They're doing studies now where women who have children over 40 have I'm sure it's correlative, not causative, but or causative, but they're much more likely to reach the age of 90.
Really?
Yeah, it was just a little article I read the other day.
So if you don't want to be 90, then continue to not have.
Yeah.
Okay,
Well, there are tons of ways not to reach 90.
I'm on the right track then.
But yeah, no, listen, kids are sick. Like they're so
Yeah.
freaking fun, man. And like they're one of the great challenges of life. And if you choose not to make that part of your life, like, who cares? That's just your life. But if you do have them and you're looking for a challenge, just throw kids in the mix for everything you want to do.
Yeah.
Like, do you want to be cool? Try being cool with kids. It's
Impossible.
tough. Impossible. You want to run a business? Try running one where there's a little 5-year-old trying to punch you in the nuts every 5 seconds. Savage. Yeah, it's the best. It's the best.
How old are your kids?
They're 5 and 7.
Oh my gosh, that's so much. Those are really fun ages, though.
Yeah.
Those are really, really fun ages.
They're awesome.
Yeah. They're so
And
much fun.
devious.
And devious.
Dude, and you never know what you're going to get in the genetic lottery.
Right.
My daughter is incredibly petite, super high IQ,
Mhm.
and so scattered, so everywhere, so creative. She's just a wild card.
Mhm.
And my son is like, doop, 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 and she's super petite. Like she's
Yeah.
like 20th percentile,
Oh, she's
and he's
tiny.
99th percentile across the board. He outweighs her by like 5 pounds, and he's almost 3 years younger.
Oh my
He's
gosh.
a moose.
Yeah.
So remember those old cartoons where it was like the bad guy is teeny tiny,
Yeah.
and then his henchman's walking around.
That's your kids?
Those are my kids. Yeah, it's diabolical. I'm terrified for their teenage years.
Do they get what you do then? Like, do they understand like the voice acting part quite yet?
You know what? We're not too crunchy granola, even though we're in LA.
Sure.
But I'm trying to keep the magic alive as long as I can.
Yeah.
Like if my daughter believes in Santa until she's 16, cool.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she gets the idea that daddy's a voice actor, and she comes with me to conventions, and she
Cool.
gets the idea that people wait in line to like meet daddy and get autographs and all that stuff. But I want to sort of like mitigate that
Mhm.
just so that they have a semblance of a normal childhood.
Totally.
Like I was like, when we were in Australia for 6 weeks, I was like, oh, this is a weird core memory.
Being in
right?
Australia?
Yeah, it's not
Yeah.
it's not a normal thing, but we were like on the road and doing shows and like
Yeah.
basically on vacation for how long, and like on
Yeah.
a tour. And how do I go? I lived a very like grounded Midwestern, lower middle class, ascended through to like upper middle class because of my parents' hard work kind of lifestyle.
Right.
And then my life is very not that.
Right.
So how do you give them
That balance.
that understanding?
Yeah,
How do I not
totally.
raise little Veruca salts, little jerks?
Oh, completely.
Yeah, it's tough.
No, I mean,
You're done?
Just it's little because I have this tiny baby wrist.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Oh, it's for you.
No, I just measure
Oh,
it
you're
that
your
way.
own best friend. I see how it is.
No, look, it'll fit you too. Like it'll get.
Oh God. Oh. It's okay.
See, that's not bad.
There's a few.
Some
What
gaps.
did you put on here?
I think a lobster and a pig.
It's
and
just
a dinosaur.
all pink animals.
Yeah.
It is kind of tiny.
It's pretty small, I know.
All right.
But that's generally how I measure. How you measure is like you want to go by like the wrist size. But I am a little off because my perspective is a little skewed.
Do you think it's time for the basil?
I think so.
I think it's time for a little bit of basil.
Yeah. Are you going even amount of basil? Or are you?
I don't know.
How much basil and how
I'm
many
just
sides?
freestyling it. I think I'm gonna do one basil and go back to red and white.
Yeah. Has it been a weird adjustment, like going from that? Because similar thing. Like I've had
Where are you from?
times in San Diego, but
Yeah,
I had
you
like,
told me that. Yeah.
times in my career where it was like, or just my life, because how life goes, where it's like, okay, I'm one bad month away from living in my car.
Sure.
You know, as opposed to like
Oh.
having success where it's like, oh, I can like start hiring people and like we're like I'm about to pay off my house or I'm stable or whatever.
Amazing.
Like it's bizarre because you don't feel like. I don't know. Like, I don't know if you're like this. Like, I'm always like a little bit always looking over my shoulder. Like, I'm like, am I safe? Am I good?
I
good?
think even if you had like food and shelter security as a kid, but you were like lower class or middle class,
Yeah.
and like you didn't live a life where you wanted for nothing.
Mhm.
I do think as an adult, when you grow up and you work hard and you get what you go after, there is a sense you're always going to be rug pulled, right?
Right.
I get that sometimes. I'm like, man, am
Yeah.
I gonna what mistake am I gonna make that's
Right.
gonna blow this all up? And it's so not logical. There's no reason to think that you're gonna get rug pulled by the universe. It's it's not a guarantee by any means.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely had those experiences. I remember when I got out of grad school, I moved to LA at a really cool time. History lesson, kids, 2007.
Okay.
And in 2008, we know what happened with our economy. And also there's a writer's strike.
Yeah.
And were you here at that time?
I've grown up in San Diego, and I've always divided my time between LA and San Diego, just going back and forth. So I was still working part-time in high school in 2007. I wasn't quite... I was getting into the workplace as an adult in 2009.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. Well, I was in 2007, but I was Arrested Development because I was in grad school.
Right.
Yeah. So long story short, I couldn't get a job anywhere. There were lines around the block for like restaurant jobs.
Right.
So, hundreds of thousands of people like left the city, everything that was in entertainment shut down. And it's a tough time. Yeah. So I remember my darkest moment, apropos to the thing we're making.
You got a job at a pizza place?
I couldn't. I got a job as a pizza delivery boy, and I didn't know that the year before I got into an accident, not my fault, all settled, but I didn't know in LA at the time, by law, you had to file a police report. So I didn't do that, and I got my license suspended, but I had moved, and I didn't know, and I was like, man, nailed that pizza boy delivery job. And then I didn't get it. And I was like, why? And they're like, your license is suspended. Don't call us back. And I was like, I'm cooked. That's it. Game over.
Yeah.
My bank account's in the red. Yeah. My worst fear was having to like go back home with my tail between my legs. I think that's every actor's worst fear.
Right.
And somehow through grit and borrowing from my friends and working like really tough jobs, I managed to stay. And then when all that stuff ended, everybody who stayed had first crack at all the jobs that were back.
Yeah.
So there is something to be said for tenacity, I suppose.
I agree. Did you have that first job where it was like I'm in? Like, do you remember that at all?
Well, yeah, it happened before all of that.
Okay.
I moved to LA and I booked a pilot at Warner Brothers with like a great creative team, like my first 2 weeks here. And I was like, this is going to be easy. And then everything like, blah, right into the shitter. Yeah, savage. Not so easy. And then I barely worked at all. My first one that paid the bills was Pepsi had a campaign called Live for Now, and they would do like entertainment reports, and I was like the voice of Pepsi, Live for Now, like that voice, which I still do a lot.
You're still doing commercial then?
Very rarely.
Oh, I was gonna say, really?
every once in a while, I'll do commercial. But yeah, no, and that was one where I was like, okay, it wasn't a lot. It was like, this is $300 to $600 a week or something like that. It's like, I can live on this. And that's my first sign of like, well, maybe I can do this. Yeah. And then on a whim, I flew to are we making more?
Oh, nice.
Are you making? I did one. It's unbalanced. I'm embarrassed of my work.
It's perfect.
It's a little doingly, but it's cute. I'll take it.
It's great.
Does it fit? Oh, I made it a little too doingly.
I think it's perfect.
Hey, if any of you out there have big wrists, this one's for you.
That's the one.
This is sick. And then it just grew from there. But on a whim, I went down to Peru on a job posting. On a whim. Job posting. No, on a whim, but a whimsical job posting. And I was in El Delfín, la historia de un soñador, the dolphin story of a dreamer. And it was a dub of a Peruvian animated film. And Fox Searchlight picked it up, and it went into Redbox, and it went onto TV. And I lived in Peru for like 6 weeks doing this movie, and it was just enough to get me a manager. And then my manager got me into a true good mid-tier voiceover agency. Nice. And that job really, I didn't know how much they were going to pay me. Yeah. I didn't know. I just knew they were putting me up to do this gig. And, it's a film that I made. It's like one of my first animated things. And it really launched me into wherever. Yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing.
It's all the chance-taking stuff like really worked out for me. So like, then I got into the system and I was doing some stuff, and then I was getting bummed because I wasn't getting the opportunities that I wanted. So I think I answered like don't do this, anyone. It was a different world. I think I answered a Craigslist ad.
Oh, I remember.
This is like pre-union, I just didn't know what to do. I was like, my agents are working for me, but why would they? I was a nobody. Yeah. And there was like an independent animated thing and had some of their other work on it. And I was like, oh, that looks cool. I had no price on it again. And they're like, we want to do a short for a festival. I was like, okay, let's go do a short for a festival. So I showed up to this guy's apartment. Thankfully, he didn't murder me. And it ended up being Breadwinners, which was a show on Nickelodeon, and that me and Eric Balza were the leads on. We did 80 episodes of that show, and it was my big foot in the door at Nickelodeon, and my proof to the powers that be that I was capable of carrying a show.
Right.
And I think all the time, what if I'd have never been cruising around half depressed on Craigslist looking for, it sounds sad, but hey, look how it turned out. And then also, sad story, I'm also known for my anime work and stuff.
Yeah.
So after that happened, I had a really good year on paper. So I booked 6 pilots and they were blowing smoke. It was, this is gonna be the next Ben 10, blah, blah, blah. All these shows were pretty good and none of them went. And I was mad depressed about it. So upset. And I was like, oh man, I think at that time I was 30 something. And I was like, man, I'm not getting the roles I want. I am grateful for what I'm doing, but it's not quite where I want to be.
Yeah.
And my buddy was like, dude, let's go to Anime Expo. This is 2013, I want to say.
Okay.
And he was like, what's Anime Expo? And I was like, yeah, it's like a convention. I was like, okay, I'll go. And then once again, seeing the writing on the walls, back then that show was only 40,000 people. Now it's 140,000.
Right.
I was like, man, there's an energy here. This feels way more mainstream than what I knew of anime, which was something you watched on a burned CD-ROM in the college dorms or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, this is really cool. So one of the studios in LA that would outsource stuff to Disney and Nickelodeon, these mainstream union cartoons, I knew they did anime. And I was like, what? So I hit up the studio owner. I was like, hey, Jamie, you guys do anime, right? You do Naruto and Bleach and stuff. And I was like, do you have anything I can read for? And he's like, you want to read for anime? That's low rent. I was like, I don't know. It seems like it's
Something's
mainstream.
there.
Yeah. Now, obviously it did him really well. He's an amazing studio owner, a great guy. He owns all these great studios, but low rent in the sense that it's not very high paying for the actor.
Which is still the case.
Yeah, it's still the case. Yeah. And I was like, I don't know, man. I think there's something to it. And then a couple weeks later, he sent me Sailor Moon. And that was my first booking. I Tuxedo Mask and Sailor Moon. We rebooted the entire show and we redubbed the entire show, did all the movies. And then the next year at Anime Expo, I was on the main stage in front of 5,000 people.
That's so cool.
And would have never happened if I hadn't been oh man.
Yeah.
You got to do something.
And I think that's still the case. That's what you have talked about has been exactly my experience in the industry, where it's I would keep hustling, and you end up in those top 3, those top 2 choices for stuff, and it doesn't get picked up, or people aren't finding work for your voice. So I'm I'm just gonna go this unconventional route, and thank God it worked out. But I keep wondering, I'm curious if you are kind of seeing anything coming up at this point where how the industry's going, because for me so much of it centers around social media is what I'm seeing. I'm wondering if you're noticing that same thing.
Yeah, it's interesting to predict where that's going to go.
Yeah.
I think the mistake with the social media part of it is that you can take someone who's famous in that space and put them in anything, and then people are going to follow them.
Right.
They've been trying that in Hollywood since 2015, and it never works.
Right.
If you're a fan of this person because you're their favorite makeup influencer, and you put them in a show that doesn't fit their brand, the conversion rate of people that are going to come over just to see that is so low.
Oh, absolutely.
But don't tell the powers that be that. Let the influencers get their bag, whatever. But these days it's really tough. I mean, traditional voiceovers under threat of automation, that's no clue, or that's no surprise. We all know that AI is out there, doing sort of the lower acting lift jobs now. You can see it in the number of auditions. You can see all of that too. My inkling is, if you're looking for Nostradamus stuff, and where I'm actually going to bet some of my chips, is that this pushback against this sort of generated content stuff is going to be so hard that even the people that are influencers, real people like you, I think people are going to want to see them face to face. I think they're going to want to see it live.
That's what I've been saying too. It's like, I think it's like live shows, like people actually going to events and like spending time together.
My wife Megan was in the music industry at Interscope when the music industry was in real trouble, when people stopped buying albums because of things like streaming and stuff like that. And it used to be that, you know, artists would go on tour to promote their album sales, and now it's the reverse. They make an album so they can go out on tour and do arena shows and all of that stuff as far as like income. So I think that's coming back in a big way. I think that we're seeing people wanting to do things that are in person. And even if it's not in person, one of the things I think is the most amazing thing that I see at conventions is like a newer development is VTubers. But these VTubers are doing live one-on-ones at a booth where their fans get to do meet and greets, and they could be sitting in their PJs and Sheboygan, nobody knows. And those lines can sometimes be as big as the lines to meet their favorite TV star. So it's definitely a real thing, and I think that the more that the corporate powers that be push us into the corner of saying, you know, eat your slop, whether it be human-made or AI generated, the more the humanity in us will push back and see, I want to see people make art. And I do think that is the future. But
I think we're seeing that too. People are pushing back.
But there's going to be a pain point before we get there.
Always.
And I don't think we're quite there yet. But the threshold it's getting close for me.
What I mean about social media specifically too is everybody has access to put their art out there now too. You don't have to rely on the studio system. Like people 100%. Can get together and make something cool and put it out online, and then you have your own production studio. And I love that more people have more access in that way. It's like more, that's what I'm looking for, more accessible to more people.
I'm really fortunate to be a cast member over at Critical Role. And watching what they've done over the last 11 years to bring their untested format to life. They're solely responsible for an entire cottage industry now.
Oh, completely.
So, I mean, being in their orbit, even though we don't do business directly outside of working together, even though I have my own business, has been so inspirational. Watching the creative and corporate forces over there do things in a human, organic, like art first, people first way. If you're talking about like a way to keep a company going and beloved, that's the way to do it. And not lose touch, 100%. I remember when they were like started doing more stuff outside of the core stuff, people were like, oh, they're gonna lose touch, they're doing too much. No, not if you're doing it honestly. There's just like there's an endless capacity for love, there's an endless capacity for art if you're doing it from a human heart. So I really enjoyed my time with them from that standpoint too.
Well, and I feel like I see what you're saying in your own company, where it's like that keeping the human first, keeping the art first. And that was one of the reasons I think I was so drawn to even just that game, because that's not something like I would usually play even, but I'm like, everybody I know is in this game too. Like, I'm like Shelby? Like, you know what I mean? It's crazy.
It feels so good to hear you say that, by the way. Oh my goodness.
And I loved it. It was so funny. It was so much fun.
We certainly made it for people who play those kind of games, but specifically for people who might not. So the way that it cracked the mainstream in a way that I never imagined, like we set out to make sort of like the biggest, baddest dating sim of all time. And the fact that our sales represented that, people are hungry for that stuff. The big bad in our game is a big evil corporation named Valdivian. Do you know what Valdivian is?
Not specifically. I think there's a reference. I'm assuming there's a reference there that I was missing.
So the corporation that you work for, Valdivian is the third largest rainforest in the world.
Okay.
And we all know what the first is, which is Amazon. So the analogy is very thin.
Okay.
And then the fact that you get replaced by AI on day one is also very thin.
Quite.
But yeah, it's listen, if people aren't making the art, who cares? If you use AI to like, organize your evening dinners or your thoughts, or use it as like, outlines for a story you're telling, whatever, that's fine. Anybody can do that. But if you're for creating, I don't know.
I'm the same way. I'm like, and I understand the environmental impact, but I'm like, I feel like this could make so much headway in actually helping people with like medicine and that. And I'm like, that's where we're not putting
listen, the radiology percentage of accurate diagnosis from AI, super high, super promising. Like, great. do that there.
Yeah.
I don't want to see these fruit people reenact the fruit people,
Oh my God, I have seen
literal
Love
fruit
Island.
people.
Yeah.
No, the literal fruit people like bananas and strawberries do tell some weird story
But
of
I knew I hate that I know what
infidelity.
you're talking about. I hate that I know what you're talking about.
Good. Yeah. You can keep that in. Just make sure that we're clear about what I'm talking about. But yeah. Dude, who cares about that shit? It's so terrible. But it's meant to rot our brains, and I think it's effectively doing so, which is why I think that hopefully my kids and their friends will snap out of it and go, what a time suck. Like who, why am I doing this?
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't say a victim of it, but like, listen, I'm an elder millennial. I didn't grow up with the internet until we got it. Mm-hmm. And then when social media came around, we were the guinea pigs, baby. We were. Like I remember Facebook when it was like...
Do you remember did you have MySpace?
Of course I had MySpace.
Yeah, MySpace was even before that, we were in AOL chat rooms.
I learned, which is incredibly dangerous.
Terribly.
Never let my kid in an AOL chat room. What are you talking about?
No, but because that's still a thing.
But like, it might be. I don't know.
I think AOL finally shut their.
Did they do? Okay, maybe not.
I got hung up on the AOL.
I stopped getting my CDs in the mail a long time ago. I have no idea. But no, I learned HTML because of MySpace, and it was kind of like fun and Wild West back then. Yeah. It really, and that was okay-ish. I'm sure there were dark sides that I was not privy to, but now that our corporate overloads have got a hold of it, and they're using the algorithms to decide what goes into our brains. Oh man, it's a tough one, and I'm not. And like, you really have to curate your content these days. And that's why I'm so glad how I became aware of you. It means I was doing the right stuff.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. Doom scroll. This is nice. It's good.
Thank you.
Yeah. I made a video game one.
Oh, that one's cool.
With the 4 colors of the buttons that are on the front.
That's clever. I like that so much.
Thank you.
Were you a gamer then growing up?
Yeah. I was also a country kid, outdoor kid.
Yeah, sure.
But I had a Nintendo like everybody else my age. It was a big gift. And then I didn't get like the new console every year.
No.
It was like I fought and cried to be able to play games. But yeah, in the end, I'm gonna watch you. Can I watch you a little bit?
Sure, absolutely.
In the end, I ended up making them, so that's my favorite. Yeah, I think I like an embarrassing amount of hours in like Street Fighter and Overwatch and Call of Duty and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I got sucked into the mainstream stuff, and I love a good shooter. Played a ton of Halo, and but now I just make them more than anything.
So do you not really play as much anymore then?
I booted up Ghost of Tsushima so that I could finish it, so that I could play Ghost of Yote. And. And I looked at my save file for the last game I played, and my save file was from December 2021.
Okay, so like this decade, though.
Yeah, 100%. I'm in the right decade, but I have been making a video game for the better part of this decade. So that's
I mean, that makes sense. It's tough to balance like any kind of leisure time or hobbies with the work that we do. I feel like we're constantly booked, or very abruptly booked for stuff. Are you still able to make time to? Not play video games, obviously, but do you have any hobbies?
My mental health is in the trash. No, just kidding. No, I periodically wander into the woods every few weeks.
You live by woods?
I'm a hiker.
Okay.
Yeah, so I do like all the LA maintenance hikes. I love to just like, that's a great physical outlet. I like to lift weights. My wife and I go to the gym together. By the way, if you've got a partner doing something physically active with them, it's the best. Yeah, we love to go to the gym together and work out together. But if I get, so my social battery level doesn't drop, but I do get like the equivalent of like touched out when it comes to like giving energy.
Sure.
And my recharge is I will go away and you will just not see me. I like to be, I'm a very extroverted person who likes to be alone. So if you know that you like to be alone, then take that time for yourself. But outside of that, no, all my hobbies are dead. All of my, I read when I can, but like reading is an extreme pleasure. Reading is guilty for me.
Really?
If I'm sitting there reading something for pleasure, man, I feel like I need to do something else. Yeah, because like I've got kids who I'm responsible for and employees that I'm responsible for and goals that I have to achieve. And I find great joy in those things.
Yeah.
But who knows? Maybe my therapist would tell me I'm addicted to work. I don't know.
I feel like a lot of millennials are like that, like the productivity thing. Like they need to be doing something like productive.
I think our sweet 80s parents smashed it into our head that our worth was partly due to our output.
Right?
Yeah. And that's not their fault. But, my mom's not overly hippy dippy. But she's not like that either.
Sure.
Yeah, she was like single-ish mom until my dad came into the picture. And during that period, like, you get different feedback from everyone. And she was like, pursue your dreams. Any parent of a creative takes a certain level of, whatever. But there is this thing like, well, you got to prove it. You got to prove your worth and whatever. And there's a part of me now as I'm getting a little older where I'm like, well, do you know who you are without the work? What would I be without my accomplishments?
Yeah.
And it's a question I'm trying desperately not to answer for myself.
Yeah. Wait, put a pin in that one.
Yeah. We'll think about
off for a little bit.
Isn't therapy, right?
No. I definitely am not making you craft to get you to talk. Like a child therapist would.
We're gonna make an emergency alert bracelet when I start hyperventilating.
Your life alert bracelet. I'll be the voice that tells you.
Oh yeah,
on
good.
It, notifies you.
Heart palpitation.
What kind of books do you read though? What do you enjoy reading?
Oh, what do I enjoy? I just told you I can't enjoy anything. I'm just kidding. I enjoy. Gosh.
What are you reading right now?
What am I reading right now? I just started a new book. Graham McTavish, who I met, he was in a bunch of Lord of the Rings films. He was Dracula in Castlevania. He's amazing, amazing voice. A big, tall, handsome Scottish guy. Yeah. Was reading a book on Viking history called Children of Ash and Elm. And he was just like raving about it. And I was in between books. I just finished book 2 in, it was Oathbreaker. What's that? Whatever, the Brandon Sanderson fantasy books. Yeah. It's like, I need a fantasy break. I need a real book. I need a nonfiction book. And I just picked it up, started the first 10 pages last night. It's amazing, so well written, it's beautiful. Yeah. Scariest book I read this year? Scariest book I read this year was Nuclear War, A Scenario by Annie Jacobson. It's nonfiction as well. And it runs through a scenario of what a rogue nuclear strike in the United States would look like. Hey,
easy reading.
Huge
nice
Stephen King reader. I love a little pop horror. Yeah. This is the scariest book I've ever read. Yeah. If you want to not sleep for nights on end, it's one of the most terrifying books I've ever read.
What made you pick it up?
I don't know. I heard it was good. I heard various interests, and I don't know much about that topic. And it was interesting and educational. My favorite genre is historical fiction. That's my favorite.
Gosh, yes.
Yeah, I'm a big James Michener fan. Yeah. One of my favorite books of all time is Poland, and he did South Pacific, Hawaii, Mexico, all those great books, and I like fiction books, but so much of my life is rooted in fiction and fantasy that when it comes time to do something for me, I kind of find great joy in just reality. Yeah. I'm getting old. No, I promise I'm not going to start reading about World War II. Oh my gosh. I won't do it.
Got the History Channel on.
Dad's asleep in the recliner again.
You've always been into the nerdy culture stuff though, right? That's been lifelong.
Yeah.
And history I feel like history ties into that really naturally.
100%.
More often than not.
And you really can't study human history without theater and performance.
Yeah.
It's art. For me, I view history through the lens of art and because it's always the representation of wherever a culture is at whatever time. And even if you have raw data and history, you really can't understand the perspective until you see a culture's art. Mm-hmm. Why? All the way back to cave paintings. Yeah. And they're still trying to figure out what those are. Mm-hmm. And there's some theories I like, but you look at that throughout history and you say where we're at. And my big fear, as we were talking about earlier, is when they look back at us, what are they going to find right now? And I have to say, there's a lot of great art out there right now. There's a lot of great ways to see it, more than there ever has been, a way for the frustrated painter to put their work out there in the world. I am concerned about losing aspects of that when we churn it out for likes and which is why well-cultivated content is so important, because we're not going to get away from that. We've let the genie out of the bottle, but you have to make sure it's good, that there's artistic integrity, that people are making it, and we're exalting the things that are well crafted and well made, like these beautiful friendship bracelets.
Works of art.
Yeah, truly, could be worse.
Fine art here.
I get a lot of friendship bracelets at cons.
Do you really?
I do.
It is a thing at cons now, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a very popular thing to give, and it's got your character name on it, or sometimes it's your name or your kid's name, and they're varying levels of quality and care, and I love them all, and I keep them all. I keep them all. I'm that nerd that keeps. For the last 12 years, I've kept every single fan thing that's ever been given to me.
That's really
that
cool.
was made. Yeah. Sometimes
it's like crap. Well, that's it. Yeah, if somebody crafts something for you, I feel like you have to keep.
If
that.
somebody gives me like a silk flower or something they bought from the dollar store, I'll be like, thank you, and I'll keep it for the weekend.
Yeah,
maybe that one goes. But no, if a kid draws me a picture, I make them sign their own name and a letter, and I have a filing system, and I've got these big tubs, and I don't know why I keep it. I don't really believe in legacy in that way, but I do have 2 kids.
Yeah.
And they're maybe when they're going through all my bullshit when I'm dead, they'll crack those things open and be like, oh, well, maybe, what did Dad do again?
What did they do back in the day?
As they ride their hoverboards with their VR glasses into the sky. Yeah. No, I've always been a nerd, low key.
Yeah. I think you
sure.
have to keep kid stuff too. Like, I don't think there's been anything that a child has ever made me that I've gotten rid of. I have bins in my garage, or I'm just like, I can't get rid of something a child has made.
Of course,
for me.
Yeah. And that child's completely forgotten about it.
No, they have no clue.
But adults are sentimental, and fairly so. There's power in the giving of gift and of making something for someone. I really respect it.
Yeah, definitely.
But I don't disrespect any of my peers that get rid of it afterwards, because the real power is in the act of giving the gift and receiving it, not the thing itself. Ding. That's funny. Have you always been a nerd?
I think so.
Yeah?
Yeah, I knew pretty young right off the bat. I was like, oh, I know the path.
I'm looking at your tattoos now.
Yeah.
They're low-key nerd coded.
It's all Miyazaki stuff. This was my big, like, okay, I want to really go into voice acting for me. I was a child actor, and I've been doing it part-time.
Okay.
And then up until adulthood, I was like, okay, I think I see a path here.
Sure.
So working full-time, doing voice acting at night, kind of a deal, and then made that switch over in my 20s.
Wow, that's wild.
Full-time.
So where did you learn? Where from? Where did you educate yourself? Are you self-educated, or did you go to school? Did you take classes?
A little bit of everything for me. Like I was one of those ones where we were all so broke, but my mom was like, I'm gonna put her into modeling and acting and stuff and get some money.
Yeah.
So did that, and one of the things about
pre-Coogan days.
Pre-Coogan, yes.
That's an industry joke. We'll figure it out. Yeah.
Yes. So one of the things in the 90s, though, that you could do was you could get these jobs, and a lot of times, like, you were getting acting classes, like, from getting these jobs, at least, like, the way that we were doing it, So you would, like, perform in somebody's low-budge film or whatever, who was, like, a student film oftentimes,
Sure.
and, like, you're getting acting classes. So it was, like, one of those things. I was getting paid, and then I was also getting acting classes when I was very, very young, and then never went to, like, formal
But that's
school
called
or anything.
being a tradesperson.
I guess.
Something that we've abandoned in this country and culture.
I don't even have vocabulary for it.
It's the dumbest thing we've ever done. Stop learning from a master through apprenticeship, and stop learning from our parents and elders, where it somehow in American culture became a shame to do what your father did or your mother did, is one of the most bizarre cultural shifts I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
Like, what is wrong with, like, Mitchell Son and Sons Plumbing, or that's a noble and honorable pursuit. And I think we got lost in the sauce. So when I hear you say, like, yeah, it was a form of mentorship, and I learned from professionals, that is exactly the way that people have learned to do anything for the entire history of people.
Right.
Until we were like, no, you got to go to university and move away from home and learn the proper way. And I did all that stuff.
And it's such, like, a feature of capitalism, I think, is, like, having us divert into that, like, university system. And especially because people ask me, they're like, oh, where'd you go to college? Where'd you go to college? And I'm like, I went right into the workforce. I graduated high school and started working. And there is kind of, I feel like, this little bit of, like, shame kind of around that if you don't have the formal education. Like, less so now, I feel like. But we had that kind of stretch of time for I think like a decade or so, where it was like, oh, you didn't go to college.
I think there's still a stigma around it for
Yeah.
sure. It's still like still the bottom of the resume on but the bottom being the last thing that you see. Where did you go to school?
Mm-hmm.
And now it's overridden if you've got 10 years experience at Microsoft or whatever. But if you're starting out new and you've amassed your skills elsewhere other than college, it's definitely different.
Yeah.
Like when kids ask me, it's like, how do I do what you do? And I was like, well, I went to school for it for 7 years. And I was a working professional since I was 10 in theater. Mm-hmm. And that's it. Yeah. You just got to put in the time and get your 10,000 hours. And but to me, it doesn't matter. I met this dude, where was it? Somewhere up north in the Pacific Northwest. And he was a totem apprentice on a reservation. And he was showing me his work, and he was like, the guy that was teaching him was nearing the end of his life, and he was like one of his last students, and he wasn't there to where he wanted to be yet. So he's showing me this very beautiful stuff. There's nowhere to go to learn how to do that other than learning it from that guy. And I think that's a beautiful thing, and something that's really undervalued in our culture too, for sure. Yeah. Well,
where did you learn? Because I was a theater kid as well. Where did you? And I was learning in the theater from again like trading and everything. Where were you learning then?
Our little town had a small little rep theater that sat like 350. It was called the Bell Star Theater on Main Street. And my mother was very creative. My grandfather, who's PhD aeronautics engineer, was also very creative. He was a musician. He was like Mensa level genius. And then my mother is the same. And then I got watered down somewhere along the way. And they both had this creative bend. And they saw it in me. And I liked all the kid stuff. I liked hunting, fishing, sports. Like I was very much a boy. Yeah. And but then I also love theater. So like, what's an outlet for this? And then I just auditioned for On Golden Pond, which I was probably too young for the role. And I booked it, and I got a little bit of money, and I got that stage experience with like some seasoned local regional theater people. And I was like, oh, this is it.
Yeah.
And then I started auditioning for larger things, and then did all the classic stuff. Even though I was working professionally on card, by the time I was a teenager, I had my equity card. I was like 13 or something like that. And then I still did drama club, still the president of drama club, still went to college, still went to university. I think I was the only person in my undergrad that was like a working actor that I, because of the conservatory, they didn't let us do professional acting. I had to do everything in the conservatory. So I did all that stuff. And I have mixed feelings about all of it.
I was gonna say, if I'm getting a sense of that, like you have mixed feelings about it.
It was not a very good place.
Yeah.
But when I transferred, it was great.
Yeah.
It was amazing. And I transferred, and I had an amazing experience at grad school. I loved it so much, I almost stayed in academics. And then my mom went in to get her PhD. My mom is Dr. Mom, and she's a college professor. So we definitely did it all.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can do it any way you want.
You can.
Yeah, that's what I tell people.
A million different paths.
Yeah, that they want to do it. You can do it any way you want. Just do it with passion and drive and study. There's this weird thing now. It's like nobody wants to learn the study and the craftsmanship. And the thing is, it's like there's a way to do it without it. But the best way to do it is to learn everything about it and to work it out and then forget it. And then you're a master. Then you can do whatever you want to do. Yeah. Like I played D&D with Matt Mercer, and that guy knows it inside and out. Like he just knows it to the core of his being. But you don't get to know something like that at that level if you don't read the fucking book. You can beat that out. You got to read the book, and you got to put in the time.
That's the one that I always tell people. I'm like, there's no replacement for the hours. You can't speed that up. It just is what it is. You have to put the time into it, and people hate that.
It's tough. I watch these younger people get crestfallen when I tell them that, and I don't do it in a cruel way.
No.
I'm like, I'm an idiot. If I can do it, you can do it. And they're like, haha. And then I go, but really, you can do it. You just have to work at it. I'm the first one to say that, like, if I were in an anime, there'd be the naturally talented main character, and then I'm your Rock Lee. I smash my head against the wall to like get the skills that I have now. Yeah. And I'm sure my mom would disagree. I'm sure my mom would say he was a very talented boy. Yeah. But I don't have I've got some compatriots in voiceover where you hear that voice
Mhm.
and you go, oh, Yahweh just came down and touched you on the head. That's a gift, and you made the most of it, right?
Yeah.
But that's not most people.
No, I use that same analogy with people, but I say it's very much like learning an instrument, like piano. You know, I feel like we all take piano lessons when we're a kid in some capacity. And, you know, there's that one portion of kids like on this side of the spectrum where they go in, they're amazing at it right off the bat. They have a natural skill. There's the ones way down there where no matter how much they practice, like they have to work really hard just to be okay.
Yeah.
Most people are in the middle though, where it's like if you put in the time and the practice, you're going to be pretty good.
Yeah. And, you know, if you can combine some talent and hard work, I've seen a lot of talented people when I was younger flame out so hard because like they ride on it. And then you reach a threshold where it just can't carry you anymore.
Right.
And then you haven't learned how to work.
Right.
And it's tough. Yeah. It's so much of it's grind. And it's a sucky answer for any kid. It's being like, how do I do this? And it's like, well, we're gonna work your ass off.
And the luck component too.
Yeah.
How many times has it been where you just had to be, the case for me anyway, right place, right time, right person, you know, like we were just talking about earlier.
My first 3 stories were luck stories. 100%. Yeah, but you know, everybody loves a good sports analogy on a nerd podcast, I know. But do you remember Jeremy Lin back in the day? He was a basketball player.
Back in the day, I love Jeremy Lin.
Sure, of course. And still to this day. But I remember that is the perfect example of when someone literally passes you the ball and you're ready to take the shot. Yeah. And there's so many people where they've got an opportunity and they're either not ready or they don't see it coming and they just miss the pass. And that's the saddest thing in life because the truth is you only get that pass a couple of times, the passes that matter. And that's hard to hear because the opportunities are out there, but there's so many people out there too, fighting for them. Yeah. So, you know, you got to be grateful for luck. It's a perfect cocktail to be able to do this for a living as an artist. It's quite difficult. Yeah. We made this game, right? And we'd heard to ship a game is a miracle.
Right.
And we were like, whatever. We're just going to work hard and get it done. It's a miracle that Date Everything even came out. Yeah. Because, and it was much to the sacrifice of myself and mostly Ray Chase, the director and lead creative on that game. And we look back on it now from a position of getting to enjoy some of the results of that. Yeah. But those years that we were in the trenches really messed our lives up. Like it was difficult. Like it was physically, mentally hard on our relationships, hard on our lives, hard on our bodies, and incredibly difficult to do. And people go like, now we can go, yay, wasn't the game fun and cute? Thank you, bajillion people who played it. This is awesome. We can't wait to do more. And then we're like, we can never do it like we did it last time. We got to figure out a better way to do this. So for the last 6 months, that's been my job as CEO of that company, has been like, okay, we Wild Wested that one, which you can Wild West your whole life. Now let's put this together and do it the right way.
Yeah, and that's the point, is every time you're supposed to learn and get better and everything.
Nobody knows how to do anything until you do it. You got to do it. Just gotta do it.
You got to do it.
You got to do it.
Do it.
Please, don't start critiquing my accents. I know you're better than I am.
Oh my God, no. I would never.
At the end of this podcast, we're like, we're going to go through Robbie's vocal placement and how shit it is.
So when he drops his larynx.
No! I dropped my larynx, you dropped your friendship bracelet. I see how it is around here. Don't think I let that one go. No, it's weird. And I'm not trying to like exalt ourselves. It's just, you have to be reality. You have to be reality. You have to be realistic about what it takes to get these things done. Mm-hmm. There's so many people that, you know, want to do this, and I think they all can. But when it comes down to grit, it's one of your first questions. Everybody's like, you're an energetic guy. How do you do all this stuff? I'm like,
you have to.
That part of it is just part of the grind.
Yeah.
Look at you. You're here in your own studio doing this at a high level. I've seen this show. Looks great. I hope I look great.
I'm exhausted.
I didn't do any hair and makeup. Don't judge me. It's been a long day. But yeah, this is amazing. And
thank you.
And so few people would not only take the time to put this together, they might put it on a piece of paper. They might even buy a camera or two. But to make the call and to get the people to come and to set up the cameras and to have the staffers and to get all your stuff done on time and to pay your taxes, all of that stuff, that's where people don't do it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And it's true. I mean, but I burn out. Like you, it sounds like you kind of are just wired that way to have a lot of energy. I go through these times like throughout the year where I'm just like, I'm crashed completely.
I
made such poor decisions.
I have a high capacity for suffering and low risk aversion.
It's a great combination for our jobs, though.
Honestly, for a creative and a CEO, that makes me a big trouble for a lot of people. but it does make me responsible. I mean, like, so that part of it is like, you have to find that in yourself to a certain standpoint. Follow through's tough. I played tennis. That was my favorite sport.
You play tennis?
It was my favorite sport growing up. I don't get to play. We determined this. All of my hobbies are dead.
No, same. But I just work.
If I were going to have a hobby, tennis would be one of them. And the follow through is so important. And that is it's easy to get the idea to smash the ball, but to actually follow through is so hard.
The follow through isn't the issue for like me personally. It's like it's maintaining the energy. Like it's like, you know what I mean? Like it's more of that exhaustion hitting. And I feel like there are some people that it's just like they are really energetic types of people. And I think that's such a cool like thing to have. Like it's something I really admire. I think it's super cool.
How's your sleep?
Yeah. Awful. Terrible.
Can I?
Yeah.
Have you ever read a book called a paper called The Science of Sleep?
No, but I did get a CPAP, and I'm hoping that's going to help.
You can't just let it all rest on the CPAP.
Tell me about the science
of sleep. A nose
sleep.
pillow isn't going to do it for you. It's just a great book that talks about sleep as a process and what you can do to like help yourself. Mm-hmm. Now, I've always been a pretty good like head hits the pillow, I'm out kind of guy. That's and awesome. I can kind of like sleep anywhere. But I did go through a little phase where I was struggling to sleep, and that was really difficult for me because I'd always been a good sleeper. Mm-hmm. And I learned that our circadian rhythm for the most part is meant to go in 90-minute intervals. Yeah. It's a tiny little tip. And I started sleeping in 90-minute intervals because I can time it, because when I go to sleep, when I lay in my bed and it's bedtime, I go sleep. So I can kind of like time that out, and I track it on this little Whoop strap thing, and it's to the nose, 83 minutes. And that is my sleep cycle. You can see it on the little tracker. Yeah. And now, at first it was hard because you want to be like, oh, I can sleep for 8 hours. I'm going to sleep for 8 hours. Mm-hmm. It's like, no, 7.5. Mm-hmm. Oh, I can't sleep for 9. It's 7.5, no matter how much I think I can sleep. So I don't wake up in the middle of my cycle. This is the most boring shit in the world, but it will change your life. Sleep in 90-minute cycles, and it will forever change your life. Make yourself get up. Even though it's less sleep, you will feel better every time. And it has been so life-changing for me. So
you don't have, when your head hits the pillow, you're out. You don't have like all the thoughts just going and going and going and going and going that you can't turn off.
It might be because by the time I choose to sleep, I've already worked through those thoughts. So I'm definitely like my grandfather and mother's son. And I have intrusive thoughts and thoughts I can't control, and like I'm always churning very much. I'm like a little tortured in that way, but for some reason it does not catch me at night.
That is so cool.
I work through it, and then I do a few simple things when I'm ready to go. And my body says you are tired, I go to sleep. I don't care. I'm in the middle of the evening. Bye-bye. I go sleep. Yeah. And my business partner Ray Chase is very much like that.
Really?
I'll literally be out to dinner with him at like in some city, and we've got plans, and there's 10 people waiting for us, and he'll just be like, I go sleep. I was like, what? And he's like, I'm going to sleep. I was like, dude, we've got like $300 tickets to the opera. And he's like, we'll sleep. And I was like, shit, okay, dude, like go.
Yeah, so it's that discipline.
Yeah. But for me, it really is like, I do just knock out. Yeah, I don't have it at night. I'm sorry.
No, I just like, cause like my head will hit the pillow, and it's like, that's when there's a question. And I must have the answer to the question. It's just something like so random that doesn't matter about anything, but it's like, I have to know.
Did you know that you're going to die someday?
Yeah.
When you die,
I might know the answer.
Don't have a question in your head. Don't do it.
I know it's going to happen.
No, don't do it, because
you just cursed me.
Because there's never an answer ever. There's never an answer ever.
I think that's the issue. It's like, because I know there's so much information like readily available that I'm like, anything I'm curious about, I'm like, I can find out.
Does it do you any good? Do you doom scroll?
No, I actually don't doom scroll. I just but I was the kid that would go home and I would just Wikipedia article hop like forever, because I'm just like, I want to learn about everything. I want to know about everything. So it's like,
sounds like generalized anxiety to me.
But it's exciting.
No, it's true. If you're excited about life and you want to, I totally get where you're coming from, because that's the way I am all day.
Yeah.
But for something about like my nighttime routine, it's just I'm lucky that way.
Yeah.
I understand that it's luck, Yeah. But
no, I think it's cool and fascinated. I'm super fascinated.
But
cool.
have I ever been like tortured at night? I'm sure at some point.
Sure.
But for the most part, that's usually not part of my routine.
Yeah.
But for a while, I was definitely like go to bed late, probably not getting enough sleep. Mm-hmm. Yeah. In grad school, I definitely like had a really tough schedule, stuff like that. But now, I'm about a 6 to 7.5 hour a night sleeper. That's about it.
Oh, only 6.5 hours even.
6 to 7.5, because those are my 90-minute intervals. And if I can't get 7.5, I only do 6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes more sense though. So it's like the days where it's like, because I have those days where I'm getting like 6 hours, and I'm just like, I feel really good though.
Yeah. Because you hit your 90-minute interval, you're waking yourself up in the middle of your sleep cycle. Don't do it. In this science of sleep, they tell you if you wake yourself up in like your third or fourth stage via an alarm, then you're cooked.
Oh, it's not an alarm. It's my dog.
It's your dog.
Yeah.
So you don't have control over that.
No.
So if you start doing this, and you can, and you know relatively when your dog will wake up, I would set an alarm to do that now. Mm-hmm. I set an alarm for when I need to be awake. I do not wake up with my alarm. My body wakes me up at one of those 90-minute intervals.
I have that where it's like I naturally will typically wake up, but like she's a very high needs 8-pound Chihuahua mix. So I live but to serve. So if she's like, we need to get up now, I'm like, absolutely, my queen.
My sweet old girl, my 14.5-year-old girl passed away this year. Senior dog. Zelda. My big 90-pound pit bull, sweet girly. And in her later years, she's a handful of wants and needs. And it's a privilege to be able to take care of a dog as they pass away. Yeah. But boy, did it jack with my sleep.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Yeah, no, she's great. She's going to be 13 in October. I've had her since she was 4 months old. Yeah. So, been together for a long time. And she has a lot of medical stuff, but it's all very managed. But like, she's my daughter. She's the only daughter I'm ever going to have. So whatever she wants, she must have.
Speaking of daughters and sons, my son is not adapting to the new place we just moved into.
No.
And we're sleep training again.
Oh,
I told you he's a moose, right?
Yes.
Big giant boy. Boom, 3 a.m, Daddy, I'm scared. And I'm like, so you have 2 choices. You let him in bed with you, and you're guaranteed to get kicked in the junk sometime in the next 45 minutes, or you wake up, pick him up, put him back in bed, tuck him in, maybe fall asleep with him uncomfortably for 5 minutes, get back up. He's been destroying my life. So sleep, good, normal, yes. But when you have dogs and when you have kids and when you have any of that X factor, just throw it all out the window.
You do what you can.
You're done for.
Yeah. I know. I constantly talk about it too. I'm just like, I love her so much. But I was like, there will come a day when she's probably 22 years old. So it's probably got another decade.
Yeah.
But like, she will have crossed the rainbow bridge. I will be very sad, but I'm like, I'm going to get the best sleep of my life when this dog is in here.
It's reality. It's reality. Listen, I love my dog so much. My first dog of my life. Yeah. And it's nice not to have a dog sometimes. I know. You can't say it out loud. Sorry, dog people.
I feel so bad. Well, she has her own bedroom.
I know.
That she doesn't sleep in. She is so well taken care of.
Like, I had a cat for 18 years. And it was 6 years after my cat died that I finally didn't have white fur on my clothes anymore. It was amazing. Your dog, wait, did you say your dog had a nanny? Has a nanny? Your dog has a nanny?
My dog has a nanny. She has her own bedroom that she does not sleep in.
From rags to riches. Look at you. Oh my God, your dog has a nanny.
She gets acupuncture once a month. Because she has health stuff. I'm like, I need to do what I can. Why would you make money if you can't take care of your dog?
I'm not laughing at your medical decisions for your dog.
You should.
I hope your dog is happy.
She seems very happy.
I can picture them laying there with little cucumbers on their eyes, getting poked to understand what is happening to this dog. What's your dog's name?
Barbara Streisand.
Jesus.
I did this to myself.
You realize you're Streisand affecting your own dog,
yes.
Barbara Streisand, right now? I get it. I have a real question. Does your dog have an Instagram?
No.
Okay, good.
I'm not crazy.
If you said yes, I'd have to leave. No. You're not crazy if your dog has an Instagram. Take it easy. Oh, that's
no, you're not.
So
I'm joking.
funny. What do you do for fun?
Work.
Yeah, you said that.
I
You've
only
said
work.
that, but if you had a spare minute, or I'll paint a scenario. It's Thursday. A session cancels. You've got nothing on the books. Your entire staff of people that you work with all have the flu, but they're going to be okay.
All my emails are caught up. This is the
internet's
reality.
Down across the world, and everything's fine. And you have 4 hours of unmitigated you time, what are you doing?
I think I'm either hiking or I'm reading, actually, funny enough.
There you go.
Yeah, or getting more tattoos. I do get tattoos. That's my fun thing, is I just try to cover everything.
It hurts.
Yeah, I love it.
Tattoos hurt.
It feels like it's like a good, like, you know, like when you get like scratchies, like when somebody's like, that's like.
No,
no.
You're a liar. Tattoos hurt. What are you talking about?
In certain spots, like that was really painful. That was really painful. This one in certain areas was really painful. Yeah. But like
mine are full,
overall,
so mine go up into my armpit, and
the armpit is brutal.
It's not great. Do you have any on your back?
Not yet.
Okay.
No. Is the back brutal?
So my back is done.
Okay.
Full Japanese piece, 70 hours. It's no blank space. I have a bigger guy. I have a big back, and
yeah.
He's so horrible.
Really?
It was so horrible. I said I had a high capacity for suffering. As I get older, my pain threshold is getting lower.
No, I feel like that's true.
Oh boy, it's that my tattoo guy said it. When I went
really?
in for my back tattoo, he was like, "How long's it been?" It's like 6 years since I've had a tattoo. And he's like,
Buckle up.
He was like, "You want to try some numbing cream?" I was like, "Bah."
Right.
2 hours in, I was like, "Oh, give me the cream."
Put the lidocaine
He's like,
on.
"It's too late. It's too late. You can't have the cream now." It was brutal. It was brutal.
That's so funny. No, I'm the same way. Like I got all this stuff and I was just like, yeah, whatever. And like same thing. I had a big gap between my 20s and my 30s when I started getting ink again. And I thought too, like in the thigh where like generally we have more meat here. I'm like, this is gonna be no problem. I'm nice and cushy. That was so excruciatingly
it's sensitive.
painful.
It's the tenders.
Yeah.
It's hard. So don't do it. It's the
Yeah,
tenders.
sensitive.
Anywhere it feels nice to touch, the tattoo's gonna hurt more.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's a good way to think of it.
Yeah, of course. My wife is fully bare skin, and every like 3 years, she's like, "I'm gonna get a little tattoo." I'm like, "Don't do it! Don't do it! You do whatever you want. You're a fully autonomous human. I love you very much, but don't do it. You're gonna get addicted to it."
Oh, getting addicted to it. I thought you meant like because of getting older,
it
like
would
with
hurt.
the pain.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. We'll see. I don't know. Tattoos. Don't get them, kids. Do whatever you want.
There's one last thing that I would like you to help us with.
What is it?
What I do is I have a lightning round that I do with questions.
Oh my God.
While you make a bracelet, the best bracelet you can in the 2 minutes that I'm going to be firing these rapid fire questions.
Best bracelet 2 minutes. Do I get a pre-jump on what I want my thing to be?
I'll give you a little pre-jump while I'm pulling up the rapid fire questions.
I've got a real timer.
A real timer, yeah. Do you wear socks with sandals?
No!
What's the best age to be?
Right now, wherever you are, right now is the best age to be.
I already know this one. How many hours of sleep do you get?
6 to 7.5 to 9 a night.
What's your ideal temperature outside?
Ooh, that's a good one. 59.
59?
59.
So cold. Can you touch your toes without bending your knees?
Absolutely.
Are you hypermobile?
I'm hyper handsome. Sorry.
Did you ever go to sleepaway summer camp when you were a kid?
I did.
Would you go to a movie alone?
I love going to the movies by myself.
Best.
Yeah, absolutely.
Most embarrassing store to be seen shopping at?
Oh, most embarrassing store to be seen shopping at? Oh, there's nothing embarrassing about retail therapy. I don't know, maybe where. No, I'm going to insult somebody. Wherever you shop, I'm happy for you.
There you go. That is the Miss America answer. We'll take it. Do you know how to ride a bike?
I do know how to ride a bike and a motorcycle. I've got Class M.
Oh my gosh, I used to ride motors. Did you do ATVs?
Yes, I'm from the Midwest,
yeah,
of course.
Of course.
We grew up on 3-wheelers. Everybody died on them.
Oh my gosh, see, 3-wheelers were before my time.
Oh, thanks a lot. I'll answer the next question.
Last Netflix binge?
Oh, that's a tough one. Love on the Spectrum.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that's a good one.
Was that Netflix?
It is Netflix,
okay,
yeah,
good.
It's really cute. Who are you closest to in your family?
My wife.
Oh.
Yeah.
What's a conspiracy theory that you might kind of sort of believe in?
Ooh, interdimensional aliens, for sure.
Totally.
Like, absolutely no doubt. That one's easy. I've only got 10 seconds left.
1000%. What movie deserves a sequel?
Controversial. What movie deserves a sequel? 2 minutes.
You can go ahead and finish. You can answer the question and finish.
What movie deserves a sequel? I would love to see a sequel to The Northman, but an auteur version of another Shakespeare play that's not Hamlet or Hamlet. I thought that was an amazing film, and I would love to see it again.
That's a really good answer.
Thank you so much.
And you're at time.
It's kind of small.
No, it's perfect. What we're doing with those is we tie them all together with everybody who's been in here. And we're making garland.
Oh, great.
And we're gonna hang it up in the studio so it connects everybody.
Fantastic.
Together. Yeah, so you don't have to tie it or anything. You can just set it down, and we'll connect it, and we'll put your picture with it and everything too.
Oh, great. Well, I just bought a house in a high fire area, so
perfect.
A little fire hydrant's perfect for me.
On brand.
Yeah.
And then, so you might know this then from cons, but this is traditionally from rave culture. When you give somebody a friendship bracelet, you're supposed to pass it on to different people. Like, it's not supposed to like stick with you. You're supposed to like give it to somebody when you feel the moment is right or you feel some connection. Yes. So I made this one for you.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. I tried to make this one so it fit your wrist a little bit better.
It's pretty good.
Not too bad, right?
You're better at this than I am.
I've done it a couple of times.
Well done.
Not a ton.
It's fantastic.
But yeah, so when you feel like the moment is right, you can pass that on to somebody else and let them know, and it'll connect us all.
Oh, wow, that's some magical cosmic stuff. I'll take it.
Thank you. And if you'd like to own any of these bracelets made here today by Robbie, head to the link in the description below. Every dollar goes to the Indigenous Environmental Network. Thanks for watching. And remember, every bracelet has a story. Every story helps a cause. See you next time.